Hey, everybody. Happy Monday. Monday.
Yes.
One.
Yes.
Rikki's just back from Walt Disney World. I'm just back from the office. Actually,
Yay.
my office.
Yes. I am.
Nice.
Opie says hello.
Hi, Opie.
You hear him?
Yep.
Yeah.
I'm meowing during the show. It bugs me. Get out, cat.
He missed his mommy.
Beat it.
He missed me.
All right. Tell us where you are tuned in today. We're going to start in about 30 seconds. Got lots of questions. We're going to be talking about our trip for Friday.
Yes.
Talking
I did
about
lots of things.
On the top, some stuff.
I did lots of things.
Lots of stuff. Were you Dapper?
No, I was not. I was cold.
So I did not. No, it wasn't very warm, was it?
I did not dress dapperly. I dressed in layers.
I mean, you think though, like you'd want it cold for Dapper Day because most, like at least for guys, like Dapper stuff is.
Well,
like,
yeah, for you, but for women, like
overcoat or something.
It's chilly when you're dapper. You gotta wear dresses and
dappers I get right here in the
hosiery and
the Dopey Challenge pullover. This is my Dapper Day.
Yeah, that's about as dapper as you get for sure.
I'll bring Dapper Day in my office.
Good for you.
Because I do have occasional theme days at the office.
Do you?
I email the staff the night before and
got it.
Like Cardinal Day, Blues Day.
Got it.
It was Dopey Challenge Day. So
got it.
It's awesome.
It looks good.
Pam had a horrible commute the other day. I had one too. I stubbed my toe coming down the steps.
I'm sure she had zero sympathy for your horrible commute.
She took 3 hours to go 17 miles. I was like, well, I stubbed my toe.
Oh, that's awful. She probably wanted to kill you so badly.
Steps. I know. She did.
Yeah, I would have wanted to kill you too.
All right, I don't see any comments. You see?
I don't either. No. Are we live?
Yeah, people are watching.
Oh, are you sure?
I see some people.
Oh, okay.
We're lonely.
We are lonely.
See if you see it. We're live, and then we'll go.
I will. Hold, please. Hey, no cat.
Dude, I'm a movie watching machine now that I've got.
Look at you go!
I'll talk about it on the show. It's pretty cool.
Okay. Yeah, nobody's commenting, but it's definitely like there are likes. So.
Are we live?
Yeah, we're live. At least according to this little dealy do. See? Ooh, it's like so meta. It's like
it's us. I'm gonna hang on. I'll look too. I've never looked while we're live. Maybe people are just quiet today.
They might be.
It is kind of a dreary. Yeah, we are.
It is a dreary day.
Let's see here.
I'm so lonely.
That's so weird. Like you're talking in the past and in the future.
Like so yes. Oh yay! There's
people. There we go. We're just quiet today.
Yay. That's good.
Good. Okay, good.
Ooh, we have people.
Thank you. Now, I don't know why anybody tuned in, but it's all good. Thanks, Brenda.
I don't either, but.
All right, let's do questions.
Actually, all right. Questions.
Okay, so 1566. Man, it's getting dark already.
I know. It's gross. Not okay with it.
Here we go. Welcome to episode 1000. This stupid volume. Hang on.
Okay.
You got this. Hang on. Because this volume keeps changing on me, and I can't figure out why all of a sudden it's doing this again.
Sorry.
Jumping all around. So
I broke it.
Yes. Okay, let me stop that.
Oh.
Delete. No, don't save. All right, we'll try it again. Welcome to episode 1566 of the Be Our Guest Walt Disney World Trip Planning Podcast. I'm your host, Mike Rallman from BeOurGuestPodcast.com and one of the senior agents over at the Magic for Less Travel. Happy Wednesday to you. We hope that this week finds you well. Of course, here in the United States, next week will be a pretty sweet day. You know what that is, right, Rikki? What's next week, next Wednesday?
I'm going to guess next Wednesday is Mike Rallman's birthday.
Yeah, take a day off.
Yeah, it is.
Everybody thought we were going for pre-Thanksgiving. Nope. Boom.
Nope. I know what day it is. That's right. I did not get you anything, by the way. Sorry.
And it's on a Wednesday, so you can say, what day is it?
Oh my gosh. No.
So there you
go.
Anyway, we're going to have a good time today answering your list question. Best birthday gift ever is just having you tuned in. We'll have a show, obviously, and answer your listener questions. So send those in. We've got a lot of great ones, but joining me today to answer your listener questions, we have Rikki from DisneyWorldAfterAll.com, touringplans.com, and the Mouse for Less. What's going on, Rikki?
Oh, you are just such a huge dork, but that's okay.
1 year better. That's what I say.
That is true. That is true. You are definitely 1 year better.
That's right.
Yes.
You know,
Yeah.
but I am losing my sight. I'll be blind, I think, by next year. Like, no kidding. Like, I went into the eye doctor to get new contacts about 3 months ago. And he's telling me, he's like, man, I'm telling you, you need bifocals now. I'm like, bifocals? That's like for 80-year-olds. Nope. And you know what? Now that I like have these glasses, like I'm like, oh my gosh, the one thing that would help me right now, bifocals, because I can kind of see the distance. I can't read it when it's close. I'm like, oh Lord, that's
exactly
right.
He was right. I need old man glasses.
I'm on the tip of my nose, just like an old teacher. So.
Oh, that's funny.
That's a series back from Walt Disney World. We're going to talk about that on Friday. So you brought the warm weather, right? No.
Yeah, no, I did not bring the warm weather. It was very chilly. Although I think I've been there when it's been colder, although that doesn't say much. But yeah, it was super chilly at Walt Disney World this weekend. I definitely bundled up in, hats, scarves, gloves, sweatshirts, all the above. Matter of fact, one day I had a sweatshirt on top of a sweatshirt, so that tells you.
I've done that many times in January. Yes. It's no joke. Florida cold there's something about it, man. It is like it just bites sometimes.
It does sometimes. I mean, I was comfortably cold. I've been there when I've been uncomfortably cold, but this time at least I was comfortably cold. So that was something, I guess. But yeah, definitely was not that warm weekend that you were expecting when you go to Walt Disney World. Although we saw plenty of people in shorts and t-shirts who either were like trying to suck it up, being like, "Yeah, it's Florida. I'm gonna wear shorts and a t-shirt," cool. or it was people who did not look at the weather before they packed. They were like, "Yeah, it's Florida. I'm gonna wear shorts and a t-shirt."
Yeah, those were the Minnesotans, and then the Floridians were in 7 layers and long john.
Correct, exactly. My brother wished he had put on his long johns, and those were exact words that he said to me. So,
all right, before we get to the questions, I gotta just drop this in here.
Okay.
Disney Plus launched last week.
Yes.
So we kind of guessed that nobody listened to our show last week. Who knows? We did have lots of downloads. I don't know if you listen or not.
I don't know either. Yeah.
As long as you download, I'm happy. So we like you listening, but I really like you downloading. Anyway. Disney Plus, man, I am loving it. I know some people had some technical issues with it getting it launched, but I mean, I have watched so many movies. I'm Mike the Movie Man. I never watch movies, but I mean, not on the weekends because it's football.
Yes.
But now that 2 is hurt, it's all a big mess and Mizzou's terrible. So I will have more time for movie watching. But the thing is, man, I've watched Star Wars episode 4, 5, 6. I watched Rogue One. Nice. I watched the Muppet movie, the original. It was the first movie I ever saw in the theater with my grandma. Bogner.
Nice.
Love that movie. Today, I watched for the first time The Rocketeer because Matt Parrish always talking about The Rocketeer.
How was it? I've actually never seen it.
Oh, it's a good movie. Good
all
movie.
Right.
It's like from the 30s. I know how he was in that. And then also, I'm in the middle of Tron. Like the original Tron, so I'm ready to ride the coaster.
Yes.
And I've watched Mandalorian, the Imagineering series, incredible. Oh man, I Work series, that is so awesome.
What's funny is I even like convinced my boss who bought Disney Plus to watch the Imagineering story. He's like, dude, like that was really good. And I'm like, I know. See why I'm a Disney nerd?
Oh man, I was about balling at the end of the first episode.
Yeah.
Like, dude, stop. And then like when Bob Gurr was like up in the Matterhorn, like
I know.
They asked him like, did you get to sign it yet? No, I didn't sign it.
I didn't sign it. No, I'm like tears. Like, no, sign
the guy a marker.
Somebody give him a marker now. Like, don't even.
It was crazy, but it's so good. Like, I mean, I am not like a streaming person. We don't have Netflix.
Yes.
We did have CBS All Access because of Survivor and Big Brother and stuff.
Got
but
it.
I canceled that. And I'm all in on this Disney Plus, man. I'll be like a Siskel and Ebert here by Christmas. I'm watching movies.
Oh, I love that you're finally seeing Disney movies though. Like that makes my heart so happy. But I will say while I was going to watch the Imagineering story first, the first thing that I watched, I actually did watch Steamboat Willie. So I thought that would be appropriate to watch as the first thing because it all started with a mouse. And I was like, oh, that's really genius. So yeah.
I did too. And I'd seen parts of it. I'd never seen the whole thing. I'll be honest. I'm a terrible Disney fan. You know what? That is a weird cartoon.
It is a weird cartoon. But you know what? In the time period, it was probably great. But yeah, it's definitely weird in our time period for sure.
Totally weird. I was eating breakfast. I'm like, and I'm watching on my little, iPhone as I'm eating breakfast. I'm like, this is a weird cartoon.
But it was so classic.
It was so classic. Like I just thought he just sat there and whistled and drove the boat the whole time. I was like, it's whacked. This is crazy.
Nope, he's playing all kinds of musical instruments on animals, and you're like, oh, okay, cool.
Anyway, we love you, Mickey. And actually, today's Mickey's birthday.
It is. It is.
Happy 91, Mickey. You look great.
Yay, you do look good. Yes.
All right, car neck's up. Ready? Got to put
All
up
right.
the forehead. Here we go.
I'm ready. Let's go.
All right, peppermint and old sneakers.
What you smell like?
How you smell after riding Splash Mountain during Mickey's very Merry Christmas party.
That is good. Yes. I did not smell like that after this past trip because I was not riding Splash. So yeah.
Good dog.
It was too cold for that. I
like
like that.
Car next. Send it in Mike at BRGuestPodcast.com. Matt sent that one in this week.
That's awesome.
All right. First question today from Michael over in the UK. It's about Beach Club, quick service, and tickets. Hey, Mike, Rikki, and Pam. I've been listening to your podcast for a while, and it's been a great help in planning my family's next Disney holiday. We're staying for 2 weeks at the Beach Club next year, arriving on the day before President's Day. I'm wondering if y'all could help with a couple of questions I have. We're coming over from the UK, and I think by the time we arrive on the first day, it'll be around 6 o'clock p.m. I don't want to book a table service meal for that evening in case there are any delays. So I was wondering where you would recommend for a quick service meal that night. All right, here's the second question about tickets, but
where is he?
Beach Club, somewhere where they can walk. I mean, obviously, if you don't, and I don't think they want to use a ticket that day.
Yeah, I wouldn't. Yeah.
So Epcot's out. So where would you go? I mean, you got, and he doesn't want to make an ADR, so
yeah,
it's going to be busy because it's the day before President's Day. It's kind of a crazy weekend. I don't think you'd walk into Beach Clubs. What I'm saying, or not Beach Club, Beaches and Cream.
Well, no, you're definitely. I mean, I know they're expanding it and everything, but we don't know how big it's going to be once it's fully expanded. So I don't know that you'll be able to walk in there. You might though. You could always try. There's always ESPN, which is an option.
Yeah, so that's very American.
It is. And actually, Mike, I just wanted to say, because we walked past ESPN on a Sunday, because I've never actually walked past it on a Sunday, and they definitely have like actual TVs out there for people to watch the game. They had a little bar out there. So like if anybody's ever looking for a spot to watch the game, like this is definitely a spot. Now, of course, Super Bowl, maybe not, because it'll be everybody and their brother trying to watch the game there. But if you have a game that you really want to see and you don't even want to go inside, you could potentially watch the game outside. So just keep that
you
in
know
mind.
what? That probably is Super Bowl Sunday, the day before. Because the Super Bowl is in Sunday and they're getting there the day before President's Day. Now it's probably
I think it's the
week before.
Yeah. So there's also Big River Grill, which is on the boardwalk, and it does not take advanced dining reservations. So that's kind of a nice little bonus because if you wanted to go there, that's definitely a place that you'll get in because they don't take reservations. So if you want to sit down, I know you'll be able to eat there.
One other plan. The fountain over at
yes,
the Dolphin, I think it is.
Yeah,
I was getting mixed up, but it's
I do too. Yeah,
it's got burgers and fries and shakes. It's kind of like a Beaches and Cream, but it's never busy.
That's true. I would kind of avoid. I'm gonna be like weird and say I would avoid the counter service options. I just don't think they're that good over at Beach Club, and Yacht Club is okay with their new market, and then Boardwalk, it's again just okay with their counter service options too. Nothing like blows me away. So I would definitely try for maybe a table service walk up when you get there.
You know what though? This past summer, Pam and I went out and we had a drink and we had these buffalo chicken wraps at Hurricane Hannah's. They were really good. Like fries. I mean, you wouldn't think they'd be good out there by the pool, but man, it was really good. Or else I was just really hungry.
You might have been. The Beach Club is not my favorite place for quick service. Like it's really awful, and I don't know why they don't fix that because it's just terrible. But that's just me. So
it's Epcot.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, in the second part, also I have 14-day tickets, but as we are arriving and leaving on Sundays, we'll effectively have 15 days at Disney. We're likely to spend a couple of days at Universal and then a day at NASA, so we're not going to use our park tickets every day. Does that mean we'll be able to enter the theme parks on our arrival and departure days as we won't have used the 14 days up? Or do they just count for 14 days from the first use? Any help you guys could give would be brilliant. Thanks, Michael.
Oh.
All right, so here's a question about the tickets, okay? Because tickets have changed for Walt Disney World for United States-based guests. Now,
right.
Because we can't buy 14-day tickets. Ours are 10 days max here in the States. If your tickets, which I think they are, but I would double check and try to call whoever sold you the tickets on this one because I'm not 100% sure because I didn't sell you the tickets and you're from the UK. The way the tickets used to work, it was 14 days from the first use. So you would have 14 days to use them from your first use. You'd have your 14 days. So I don't think you would have that extra day. Now, the way the new tickets work for everybody, like you have a start date on your ticket. So if you get them for February 10th, say, and you get a 5-day ticket, you get 7 days. You get +2 to use your days. If you got a 5-day ticket, you get 7 days to use your tickets. So, if you got a 9-day ticket, you get 11 days, a 3-day ticket, 5 days, so forth. So it just depends. So I would check on that. I'm not 100% sure because I'm not exactly sure what kind of tickets you have.
Right.
So have a good time, Michael. Safe travels. Have fun. All right. Next question is from Tia. She's from Pittsburgh. Hey, Mike, Pam, and Rikki. We're headed to Disney World in May of 2020 for an adults only trip. We have the standard dining plan, but we think we may have a time constraint on using our 5th table service credit. Our question is it ever worth spending 2 table service credits for a dinner? If so, what do you recommend? We have been leaning towards Gico. Thanks for your expertise, and we love the podcast. Tia. Rikki, what say you? Do you ever go for signature meals on the Disney dining plan?
I mean, it's not the best use of a credit. But if that's what you want to do with your credit, then absolutely, I say go for it. I would make sure that you get your money's worth out of it. Let's put it that way. So I would, if it was me, I would lean towards the more expensive things on the menu. If I was doing it that way. And Gico is a great choice, I think, for a 2 table service credit. So if that's where you're leaning towards, then that's what I would do. Personally, I probably wouldn't do it, but I like to get the most value out of my money that I can. So, I mean, when you live with Mr. Fiscally Responsible, you kind of look at things that way. So personally, I probably wouldn't, but if that's what you'd like to do, then go ahead and do it that way.
What I think, though, is that this is the perfect situation to use a signature
right
experience because they're in a time constraint. They're going to have the credit. You don't want to. The last thing you ever want to do on dining plans is not use a credit. So use it.
You can cash in the credit for snacks, but you only get 3 snacks. So it's not worth it on that end either. So yeah, if it's because of the time constraint and everything like that, I would say go for it. But
Gico is a very cool experience. You could also go somewhere like Yachtsman. That's a really upscale, really good meal. But also think about things like Hoop-de-Doo Review or the Luau at the Polynesian. You get dinner and a show.
That's a good point. Yeah.
Boom.
Very good point.
I know nobody likes the Luau. I do.
Yeah. Brian actually walked past the Luau, like it was just starting. And when we were there this weekend, and he's like, that actually looked like it was kind of fun. I said, okay, well, we can talk about that.
I know you were down at Walt Disney World this past weekend, but I got to send a shout out to my buddy George and his daughter Monique out in Hawaii. Yes. I was watching on Instagram. Like she had her, I can't pronounce it. I'm not Hawaiian. Her title with his Mallory would have, big ceremony where she's up there dancing. I'm watching. I'm like, man, she's a good dancer. Then all of a sudden, boom, here comes George and he's cutting the rug. I'm like, this is awesome.
Yeah, George told me about that when I saw him a couple of weeks ago. He said he was going to have to dance. So good job, George. You did awesome. Yes.
I'd have been freestyling. And he
did good. He did good.
And also, I'm giving shout outs. I got to send a shout out to my good buddy, Ben Lappin, one of the agents over at the Magic for Less, completed an ultra marathon this week.
Yes. Good job, Ben. Yes. That's awesome.
I run a lot and that's crazy. So
that's awesome.
Good job, Ben. All right. Amy's got a question here. Hey, Mike, Rikki, and Pam. Happy holidays from the Run, Eat, Drink podcast crew. They do a great job.
Happy holidays to you, too.
Happy holidays.
I'm in the mood now.
I've been listening to all kinds of Christmas music for like 2 weeks.
I think we're going to put up the tree this weekend. We'll see.
We can't do that till after Thanksgiving.
I usually don't, but like this year, because we travel so much, like we're just like, let's just do it. So we'll probably do it this weekend. We'll see.
All right. Here's a question. What do you get for the man who has it all and is a runner and Star Wars fan? Ooh. Or in this case, my husband. I need your advice on a couple of questions. I'm thinking about the Rival Run Challenge, right? Or just the 5K and spend more time at Flower and Garden as well as in Galaxy's Edge over the weekend since Rise of the Resistance will be open. I know the challenge is pricey, but I know the course maps have not been released. Do you think they'll run us through Galaxy's Edge for the 10 or the half? So it might be worth it for him as a huge fan. Also, which hotel would y'all recommend on property for this particular race? If I was planning to splurge a little on this special Christmas gift for that most deserving man of mine. Thanks for the great podcast and wishing you all a happy Thanksgiving and a happy birthday that week for Mike. Look at that. Amy knows it's my birthday.
Wow. Look at that.
Yes. That's awesome. And she's great on Instagram, like always posting about coffee and running. but mostly coffee.
Got
All
it.
right. So obviously last year, I don't know if you know, but last year I got the Princess Half Marathon weekend for my birthday. Best, because I love experiences. Like I couldn't have been happier because I got to go down, run a race I'd never done, got to be in the, get my vitamin D on in February, got to escape St. Louis for a few days. That's sweet. Got to see Scott, it was just a great time. Man, the weather was awesome. Got to go to Festival of the Arts. It was just incredible. I say totally give the race, go for the rival run. We don't know. And I say, if you're going to do it, get them the whole thing, get them the big run. Because you can squeeze in Flower and Garden. I wouldn't have, not run a race because you can be done with the race and still do that.
Yeah.
I don't know if they'll run you through Galaxy's Edge. I don't know. I mean, because when Rise of Resistance opens, it could be a nut house. Like, it could be like we thought it was going to be. Who knows? But I mean, it would be great. I don't know. You think they'll run them through Galaxy's Edge? I mean, we ran through Pandora last year or 2 years ago when I ran it.
That's true. I guess it depends on what time they would run you through and if they could clear the park in time for regular guests. So it depends on what time, if they think they can get all the runners out by 9:00 or whatever, then I'm sure they probably would consider it. Honestly, I don't know. I think they would be foolish not to run through Galaxy's Edge, but with it being the first year it's open, they may not quite be ready to do something like that. So maybe they won't do it until the following year or after. But I mean, I say it's possible. I mean, I say it's possible.
But I mean, the thing is, they could sell out the races before they even announce the course. Just go for it. I mean, if you don't run through there, it'll still be fun. You get all the cool stuff.
And it would probably be the half that they would do it for, not the 10K and not the 5K for sure. Definitely not the 5K.
I would guess. Yep. And hotel for a race that starts, I think Star Wars starts at the Magic Kingdom parking lot. It did 2 years ago when I ran it. I stayed at Wilderness Lodge, and that was really awesome. The bus was just boom there, and it's kind of your least expensive deluxe option outside of Animal Kingdom Lodge.
Yeah.
But there's not a lot of rooms there. But really, I mean, you're gonna have the race transportation. She knows that. You can get there pretty easily from any hotel. But Wilderness Lodge is where I stayed. But actually, that was when I was staying with Pam at the Copper Creek. That was awesome. I'll never stay there again.
Nope.
Stayed there, watched live PD from a cabin. What?
Jealous. It's fine. Yes.
I know, it's cool. But it was a quick bus ride. But you're right.
I would say the Polynesian.
I mean, it's gonna go all in. Let's do it. Yeah.
Well, yeah, but you could easily walk to the. I would guess to the to the start, maybe.
Have fun running and see you soon. All right, listener question. This one's from Rikki, actually from Emily Nicole. Hey, BOGP crew. I'm a first-year teacher from St. Louis, and I listen to your podcast every morning on the way to work and my runs. You got to tell me where you teach, because I have lots of teacher friends all spread out that have survived so far in St. Louis. Some of us haven't. Some of us chickened out and bailed, but hang in there. She's in a first-year teacher right before Christmas.
Yep.
Emily Nicole is frazzled right now.
Yes. Let
me just tell you, hang in there. You're going to make it. You just got to make it to Christmas. You just got to make it to Thanksgiving, then Christmas. Then you get to recharge. You'll make it. All right, anyway, my boyfriend and I are planning another trip in the summer of 2021. We just went this past May and did not plan. When do you suggest we start getting into the nitty-gritty of planning? This will also be the year we celebrate our 12-year anniversary of being together. Where do you suggest we stay on the resort? Thanks for your help, Emily Nicole. All right, first of all, let me just tell you, you can start booking 2021 packages. I'm already getting inquiries, which is pretty cool. I love it because there's excitement. Probably like early June of 2020. So next early summer. So once the school year ends, then you can, take your next job, which will be planning your 2021 trip. It works out great for teachers.
Definitely.
So that's when you can start getting into it. Really what you want to do is book your hotel right away. And then, from there, then you can do, start thinking about ADRs and stuff like that. You'll have plenty of time, but you want to get your hotel because that's the only finite, thing you're looking for. They don't run out of tickets. They don't run out of dining plans, but they do run out of hotel rooms in certain resorts. So do that right away, summer, and just listen to the show. We'll definitely let you know when that happens. 12 years being together. Where do you suggest they stay?
Oh, that's tough.
Is this romantic?
I know. Is this romantic? I mean, of course, it depends on budget. But I do like Riverside as an option because it just feels so romantic. So I'm gonna go with the moderate. I'm gonna go with Riverside.
Yeah, or French Quarter even.
Yeah, it's a good choice too.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. So have fun. You know, any hotel on site is awesome. I mean, Pop Center's
Yes,
great. I mean,
exactly. Romance is what you make of it, right, Mike?
totally.
Yes.
Go out there, potato heads and kiss each other. Who knows?
Yes.
Anyway. All right, next question says the most wonderful time of the year. Hey, Mike, Rikki, and Pam. My husband and I will be taking our soon-to-be 5-year-old daughter for a quick 4-night trip to Walt Disney World for her birthday, and to begin our holiday celebrating at Mickey's Very Merry. We were able to take her for her first trip back in April, and it was truly magical, hence us returning within the same year. So to share with your listeners, it's never too early to take your little ones.
Yay.
My question has to do with the most wonderful time of the year, football season.
I see.
Oh, this might be one other good. They're good.
Okay.
I had to scan ahead there because of the Tua injury. Okay. We will be staying at Animal Kingdom Lodge the first week of December, which happens to be the same weekend as, you should know this being from Atlanta, the SEC championship game.
Okay, got it. Yeah, that thing.
Just being an avid LSU Tiger fan.
Got it.
We're going to need to find a place to watch the game. Obviously, heading back to our room is an option. But that's so funny to me because LSU fans could not watch the game by themselves. They're crazy. LSU fans are crazy in a good way. But I'm just saying, like, LSU fans are not quiet.
Got it.
Like wild. I love LSU fans. I don't know if I'd ever go to Death Valley for a game because I'd be scared for my life as a Mizzou Tiger fan. But anyway, back to the question. Obviously, let's see. But they're going to be in the Magic Kingdom that day, and I'd rather not go all the way back to Animal Kingdom Lodge if I don't have to. Plus, here it is. I'd much prefer to have a more fun atmosphere if I can find one, which means she wants to taunt the other team's fans.
Yes, exactly. Yes.
My question is, are there any lounges or kid-friendly places in the Magic Kingdom or in one of the Magic Kingdom resorts that we could run over to watch the game and then head back to the park after? Many people have suggested ESPN Grill, but I'm not 100% sold on that. Any suggestions? You know what? I've watched football at the Tambu Lounge because it's like there's a couple big TVs kind of in the corner, and it's open. That's a place you could go. I'm trying to think like a good lounge, because if you tell them to turn on, they'll turn on. Maybe Geyser Point.
I was gonna say a Territory Lounge over at Wilderness Lodge, maybe,
or Geyser Point.
Yeah. Somebody suggested Rick's sports bar at Coronado, which is a good option as well, although not near the Magic Kingdom, of course, but it is a sports bar.
That'd be a good place if you want to leave. Yeah, that's a good place. I've watched ball there. Yep. But I would say just go to any of the deluxe Monterey. I'd probably go Grand Floridian. I don't think there'd be a lot going on there, but I'd go to Geyser Point, Territory Lounge, or Tambu.
Yeah. I think those are good choices. I don't know if there's anywhere at the Contemporary.
Nah, not really. The Wave, but I mean, there's like a lot there, but I don't think it's a very good atmosphere for football.
I don't think, and I don't know. Do they have TVs there?
I think they do by the bar, but not big ones.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm sure there won't be any gold and purple that weekend at Disney World.
No.
Sure. It's just totally unrelated. Second question, if you've got the time. Hey, we've got the time. You've got the time. My brother is my WDW aficionado that helps me plan my trips. He mentioned last time he traveled down for Christmas, he happened to catch some carolers in the Wilderness Lodge lobby, and it was truly magical. We weren't sure if this was a Disney official event or if these were just some carolers that he happened to stumble upon. It was like a flash mob carolers. We're gonna
maybe
sing it, run before we get caught. Anyway, we felt it might be an official thing because he saw them in multiple places and resorts. I just hopped around and did stuff. Could you give me some insight into this and how I might be able to track them down during our stay? As always, thanks so much for your knowledge and guidance in making our trips the most magical and organized experience ever. I appreciate and love the podcast, especially to hold me over between trips. Hope everyone has a wonderful holiday season, and go Tigers, Chris. And it's GEAUX for all those not focused here. Thanks, Kristen, and go Tigers, MIZ. Even though we're struggling, we're really struggling. So, are these official people, or are they just like folks that are just like, hey, let's all get together and we're gonna meet at 7:12 in the lobby at the Wilderness Lodge, and it's Charlotte night on 5. Let's go.
I mean, okay. It could be unofficial.
People would totally do.
It's something people would totally do. That's exactly right. I've been at Wilderness Lodge on Christmas, or right around Christmas, and I have never seen carolers. That doesn't necessarily mean that they don't have them. I just may have missed them. But I don't know that they would have them any other time besides like Christmas Day or something around that time period, because they usually try to add extra entertainment like on Christmas Day, for guests, Christmas Eve, Christmas Day. So that would be my only thing, is I would think that they are only there for that time period if they're there. And I would ask the front desk kind of what activities they have going on and if there are carolers, because they would be able to point you in the right direction. I don't think that they would have them any other time. And if they did, they would probably be unofficial, but that's just a guess by my
Nothing worse than unofficial carolers. Heads up.
I mean, maybe. I don't know.
All right. Chance has a question. He says, Magic Band question. With the holidays coming up, do you think Disney may add more upcharged Magic Bands to their inventory? There are a few more there today than when I checked a while ago. Do you think I should get them ordered now in time for Christmas, or should I wait until the holiday season is in full swing in hopes there are more options for Magic Bands? Chance. You know what? They have slap bracelet Magic Bands. What? That's pretty cool.
They do. They look awesome. Yeah. As far as the Magic Bands go, here's the deal. The pay Magic Bands, so the ones that cost you $10 to upgrade to, they tend to sell out of them rather quickly. So if there's one that you see that you like, probably jump on it. Yeah. I can't guarantee that it will be back. I can't guarantee, like, if it runs out, I can't guarantee that it will, that they'll add more. I can't guarantee that they'll add other options. It's just, it's one of those things where I think it's way more successful than they thought it would be. And they're having a hard time kind of keeping it stocked. Mm-hmm. So if you see one, I say get it. If it's one that you can't live without. Yeah.
When we first started doing those, I was the only person in the Spiral Galaxy, the Milky Way, that got mine.
Yeah.
Everybody was bitter at me. I was getting death threats because I got my custom Magic Bands.
Right, exactly. So yeah, I still see that they have trouble with it. So they only have like a select number of Magic Band options available, and it's not a lot. It's like a small handful. So yeah, if you see one you like, I would jump on it ASAP.
All right, Lindsay Ray here live in our Facebook chat, and we record live on Mondays, usually around 5:45 Eastern. Come on in for the fun. We love all the snarky comments and all the great helpful advice as well. It's equally distributed most weeks. She says, we'll be getting to Walt Disney World the last day of Festival of the Arts in Epcot in February. We've never been and really want to check it out. Think it'll be worth it on the last day. Do they put things down early? I don't think they do. Walt Disney World.
No, go. It's the best event ever. I love it. Go to the park. I promise. It's going to be worth it. It's going to be fun.
What's your favorite thing? Now, don't start doing 17 things like Stacy. Like, we'll give her 2 things.
I do love the food. The food booths.
Food's so good.
The food booths are so good. Gosh. And I love
watching the people like paint on the blacktop, like the 3D. Those are amazing.
That's really cool. I love the feel of the park. Like it feels so creative, which is such a weird sentence to say, but you just really feel the creative juices going through the park that time period, because you see people painting everywhere, you see artwork everywhere, you see people selling it everywhere. I feel like the creative juices are really flowing that time of year. So I like that.
It is dark, and my neighbor is now cutting the grass, which had snow on the ground 2 days ago.
Good thing I can't hear it. So that's good news. I can't hear it. So hopefully everybody else can.
He's like, that guy's podcasting. I'm going to cut the grass in the dark where it was just snowy.
Oh, yeah, I mean, it is dark, so I don't know why he would be cutting the grass now. That's weird.
Knock it off, buddy. Anyway, let's go back to the questions. Jennifer, she's in the Westplex, right where I am. Maybe it's Jennifer out cutting her grass. I don't know. Let's see. Do you think Galaxy's Edge boarding pass will be in effect for Rise opening weekend? I've got an Oga's reservation. I really don't want, but holding on to it just in case. I think she's playing it just right. We just don't know.
Yeah, we don't know. Honestly, we really don't know. That's the hard part, is if it's opening weekend, maybe by Sunday we might have a better idea. But if they're going on, Friday or Saturday, wait, does it open Saturday? When is the 5th? I don't even know. That's Saturday, I think, right? Hold on.
It's the 5th.
Oh, the 5th. The 5th is Thursday. So yeah, if you're going like Friday or Saturday, I think it's going to be a little bit more challenging to know. So. Yeah,
I think the locals are going to come out over the weekend, so I'd hang on to it just in case. I think it might get nuts. We've been waiting for that.
Yeah, it might be. It's Rise of the Resistance. It's supposed to be the best attraction Disney's ever done. So, I
Here's
think
hoping.
people are on the hype train. Let's hope the hype train is correct. So,
all right, next question from the inbox from Jennifer. Hey again. So we'll be checking into Animal Kingdom on Tuesday. We wanted to order a few things from Prime Now, like water, diapers, snacks, which we put in the order. I've never used them before for this type of thing. Thanks in advance, Jennifer. So again, what I do with Prime Now, she's asking, Prime Now. So Prime Now, we don't have Prime Now in St. Louis. So it's like, I love it in Orlando. It's the service that you can get it like the stuff delivered in like 2 hours. It's crazy. It's so crazy. So I put everything in my cart, like on my app, on my phone, like, I can do it on the plane. I do it, the night before we leave, whatever. You can do it whenever, just leave it in your cart. Then I typically throw that in around, like when the plane lands, like on Magical Express, I'll do it. And then it usually gives me a window of a couple hours later and boom, it's right there. That's what I usually do. Now, if you get in late in the evening, so I've heard we had a guest on Monday that spoke about, he had a tip that they arrived like later, like 7:00 at night. Well, his stuff didn't get to come until the next day because, they didn't usually arrive late in the evening. They're usually morning arrivers, but this time they got there late. And so they had to wait till the next morning. So they had to go that first night without their stuff. So if you're getting there late, you might want to do that. Or because the thing is, like, if it arrives, you don't have to be there. They just give it to Bell Services. You go down and pick it up. So whatever. It's not a big a deal. So you can order whenever. But I usually just do it like when I'm on Magical Express, gives me something to do.
Mm-hmm. Sounds good.
All right.
I've never used it, so I can't really say one way or another.
I use anybody's business. I love it.
Yeah. So.
All right, it's a good question for you because you just got back from the Christmas party. It's a Mickey's Very Merry Christmas Party question. It is from Amanda. She's 1,041 miles away from the magic. Hey, Mike and the BOGP team. My husband and I are out-of-state annual pass holders, but are attending our very first Mickey's Very Merry Christmas Party on November 11th. Oh, well, hope you had a good time.
We missed it. Sorry.
Our original plan was to ride the attractions with holiday overlays, watch the fireworks, and then see the second parade on Main Street. After hearing about Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party experience, it had me second guessing our strategy. We are attending this party to get the most out of the holiday experience since we can ride regular attractions on other trips. How do you recommend tackling the evenings to get the most out of the event without having to reserve your viewing spot hours beforehand? Thanks in advance, Amanda. So I thought this was a good one because you were just at the party. So
I was.
You were at the Halloween party, now the Christmas party. So give some good thoughts.
So I don't want to talk too much about the Christmas party because I figure we'll probably talk about it on Friday. But as far as like the strategy that I used for this party, I did the exact same thing. So I did the first parade and then I got a spot about a half an hour before and then I did the fireworks. We did the treat or the cookies all around a little bit before and a little bit after the parade. So we stopped at all the cookie spots. And then after that, we did some rides. And I didn't really catch the evening show because I didn't really want to see Clarabelle Cow sing All I Want for Christmas Is You. So
I don't even understand the Clarabelle Cow thing.
No, I don't get it. But anyway, so that's kind of the plan of attack that we did. And I found that, again, it worked out very well. Disney did recommend, again, via the app that people see the second parade. I did not go over to see the parade route for the second parade, so I don't know how busy it was. But it seemed to work out fine for me. So I think a lot of people are going to that second parade, and now they're skipping the first. So.
You need to send me one of those cookies. Some cookies left over. I need one.
I did, and I will tell that story when we
say it
on Friday. Yeah.
Okay.
So
all right. Last question of the day. It says my first marathon weekend 2020. It's from Stephanie. And it says, hi, Mike, Pam, and Rikki. I'm a big fan of the show who found this podcast as a suggestion from someone in a Run Disney Facebook group. I love listening to you guys on all my runs. Well, good job, Stephanie. And this is crunch time, man. I hope we're running right with you. Left, right, left, right, left, right. You're at 13.2 miles. Good job. I am running my first marathon in January. She says, yay. And I was planning to stay at French Quarter because I've always wanted to stay there, but never have. I've run several half marathons, including a few at Disney. And so I thought the smaller resort with less walking would be good for my legs. Roger that. But I saw the Gift of Magic offer and I can stay at Coronado for about $250 less for the same 3-night trip. And you all have said so many great things about that resort lately, and I've never stayed there either. I do visit the parks about once or twice a year, so I may get to French Quarter or Coronado in the future, but I was just wondering your opinion for this trip. Just so you have the full picture, I'll be traveling with my husband, who is not a huge Disney fan, our 14-year-old daughter, who loves Disney like me, and our 2-year-old daughter, who has never been to Disney. Also, if you have time, your thoughts on the dining plan for us. I'm a vegetarian, and my daughters don't eat much outside of the chicken tenders and fruit, but my husband loves to eat. Look at that. That's how you went over to the Disney thing.
Yes.
Restaurant. See, we are both teachers, so value is important to us, but I also love the idea of the trip being as all-inclusive as possible. Basically, I want this to be easy. It's my first marathon, my toddler's first trip, and my husband can be grumpy. Thank you.
Can't they all? Yeah.
So I can be grumpy. Stephanie.
Exactly.
You've seen me grumpy. Everybody's seen me grumpy now.
Yes, definitely.
If I don't eat or if I get tired, I get grumpy. Sorry. And I apologize in advance because marathon weekend, I will be grumpy at some point.
You will be.
I would say go to Coronado if you can save $250 right there.
Yeah.
That's a good start. Coronado's awesome. French Quarter is great too, but I mean, I would say Coronado's at least as nice as French Quarter, probably nicer as with all the renovations, and you're saving money.
Yeah.
And I mean, you're not going to save that many steps, honestly, whatever, I mean, you're going to be walking around all over the place.
Oh gosh, yes.
It is nice, the one bus stop, but I would do Coronado. You too? That's what I would say.
I think so. Yeah, I think I'd do. I'd save the $250 and do Coronado. I think that's a really good choice. Yeah.
And with the dining plan, I mean, that's my biggest selling point is that it is kind of like an all-inclusive, like cruise type experience. I like that. That's why I get it. The 2-year-old daughter is not going to be on the plan, so she will eat off your plate, or you can order a la carte for her, but you won't be charged for her. It'll just be yourself, your husband, and your daughter. Vegetarian, you'll still get some great meals. Even they're not. It's not like you're getting cheaper meals. If you're paying out of pocket. My biggest thing is if you can use all your credits, yes, go for it. But if you're not going to use all your entitlements, don't. That's kind of what it boils down to, especially if you're looking for all inclusive.
I think so. I think the vegetarian thing throws something off because in order to get the best value for the Disney dining plan, you kind of have to eat meat, I feel like, because the options for vegetarians are priced much cheaper. So that's why I say that. Now, if you plan on getting an alcoholic beverage with your meal, then I would maybe suggest getting the dining plan because you can get alcoholic beverages with the Disney dining plan. So even if you're vegetarian, but you plan on drinking something, I think then it kind of evens out a little bit better. So if you don't plan on drinking anything, then it maybe doesn't. And then as for the kiddos, I mean, yeah, the 2-year-old is free, so that part's nice. But if your other one only eats like chicken fingers and stuff like that, again, I don't know if the value is there. I would maybe personally just put money down for a gift card and then use that to pay for my food. But that's just me. I feel like that might be a better option for you guys, but you may need to just sit down and do the math on it, which I know is a terrible thing to have to say to somebody. Do the math.
You don't have to do like a spreadsheet. You can just
you can do an overview of it. But yeah, the other thing is if you are planning to do character meals or a number of character meals, then yes, I would absolutely do the dining plan. It's just really you're gonna have to do the math to figure out what your plan is and then go from there.
Yeah, buffets and character meals, dining plan.
Yeah,
they're expensive.
Yes, absolutely expensive. They are. It's because the dining plan that they're so expensive. By the way, I agree. Yeah.
All right. Well, that's gonna do it for today's show. Thank you for the great questions in the inbox. Send those to Mike at BRGuestPodcast.com or drop by as we record live on Facebook on our Facebook page, Facebook.com/BRGuestPodcast on Mondays around 5:45 Eastern. Thanks to everybody who joined us today. Don't forget today's show brought to you by our friends over at VirtualMickey.com, home of great iPhone apps like Theme Park News, Disney Edition. Rikki, what are we reading about this week on Theme Park News Disney Edition?
Well, we are reading about something that I got to personally do. So the Ron John Surf Shop is now open at Disney Springs. Woo-hoo. So yay! So if you are wanting any surfing kind of apparel or swimming stuff or
the back of your car.
Huh?
For a while, I had that sticker on the back of the
yes, or beach type gear or just anything along those lines. They are going to have it for you here at the shop. The cool thing is they did have Ron John shirts that said Disney Springs on them, which I thought was really cool.
Cool.
So it's located right next to the Lime Garage. It's actually 2 stories, which I was really surprised about as well. I thought
the beach. It's like that too.
Yeah, most of the other, not a lot of shops are 2 stories at Disney Springs, so I was especially like in that kind of location. So I was really surprised to see that it was 2 stories. But yeah, they had a lot of great stuff. It looked like a really nice, clean store. So yeah, I really liked it. I thought it was a nice addition. So if you are looking for anything along those lines, head to the new Ron John Surf Shop.
That place cracks me up because we'd always go. Because we used to always go to the beach, Cocoa Beach, like when we used to drive. And
Yes, yeah.
We'd always do a beach day and go over and hang out at Cocoa Beach and eat it. The fish lips or
Yeah.
And the thing is, like, I'm from Missouri. Okay, so but I would go in Cocoa Beach Surf Company and Ron John's, which were next door to each other. These gigantic stores, all about surfing. And like all of a sudden, like I want to buy a surfboard. Like I'm never going to surf. Like seriously, what am I going to use a surfboard? Like I don't need surfing equipment yet. I'm on vacation. Like I want to buy a surfboard.
Right. Yes, that makes complete sense. Yeah.
Wonder how many people are going to walk out with like a longboard.
I don't know because I'm not sure if they sold them there or not, but I think they might have. So yeah.
Anyway, so check out this other great news that you need to know so you can safeguard your pocketbook. A great free app, Theme Park News Disney Edition, free iOS app. Grab it today over at virtualmickey.com. Don't forget the holidays are starting, and we appreciate your support with all those Amazon purchases. Just go to beourguestpodcast.com/Amazon. We get a small commission on every purchase, and it helps support everything we do throughout the year. So please bookmark it, use it often. beourguestpodcast.com/Amazon.
Also, just to throw in, we do have our shirts because the holiday season is coming up. If you want to buy something for someone who likes our show, it would be awesome. They are going to have some Black Friday, Cyber Monday deals. So just kind of keep that in mind in the back of your head. If you're looking for a shirt, you can go to the BRS Podcast website and there'll be a link there. I'm sure I'll also share a link on Facebook and other places. So just kind of look it out. It's our TeePublic store. So if you'd like to support the podcast and show your support out in the world, we would greatly appreciate that too. So
and if you wear something to the parks, send us a picture.
Yeah, please send us a picture. I want to post it. So that would be awesome. Yeah.
And we'll share those TeePublic discount codes and all that stuff on the Facebook page. So because all the sales will be starting. It's great. Actually, we started a lot of them.
I love my magnet that's on the back of my car, by the way. I love it. It's so cute. It looks so good. So yeah.
All right. Don't forget, subscribe to the show wherever you listen. That helps us out a lot. So please hit subscribe. Check us out on the Instagram and Twitter at BeOurGuestPod, at BeOurGuestMike, Facebook.com/BeOurGuestPodcast. And heads up, this Sunday night I might do a live call-in show because next Wednesday is when I usually record Wednesday nights when I record the Monday shows. And I might be out celebrating at like Texas Roadhouse or something, or maybe I'll even go up to Las Fuentes. I'll leave
there you go.
Do that. So Sunday night we might do a live call-in show. So just keep your schedule open around 7:00 Eastern, or no, 8:00 Eastern. Watch Facebook and Twitter. I'll let you know. Who knows? I might not even do it, but I'd love to. I've been dying to do a call-in show, so there's a lot to talk about. So stand by for that. All right, we're going to get back together again on Friday. Rikki's going to share her trip down to Walt Disney World. Lots of stuff she did this past weekend. So until then, for Rikki and Pam, I'm Mike. Wishing you a great Wednesday. It's time to get back to work, and we'll see you real soon.
Yay!
Let me save that one.
I have to go blow my nose.
Okay.
I'll be right back. If I'm going to talk, I have to go blow my nose.
Yeah, you're getting congested.
I am. I got the Disney crud. So
yeah.
Yeah. I felt it. I got the sore throat yesterday on my way home. And I was like, oh no, here comes the Disney crud. And sure enough, today I got it. So but it's not as bad as it usually is. So hey, good news for me.
After marathon weekend so bad.
Oh my gosh. Also, Brian wanted to know important stuff. What's the cat's name? This is Opie right here. And he is the official
Snap or something.
Snape. It was up here, but he got down. So yeah. Snape is black. He's named after Professor Snape from Harry Potter. So
didn't he die?
Spoiler. Yeah.
Yeah. That's all right. Thank you, Rhonda Lee. We appreciate that. All right.
All right. I'll be right back.
I'm hungry. So I can't drink this one. I'm out of Coke Zero right now, but I gotta go upstairs and get some. But this is pretty cool because you can share Coke Zero with the sad Mizzou fan in your life because we can't win a football game for the last month. We can't even score a touchdown right now, but I'm still standing by him. I'll do a little what's in the studio. How about my little snow globe with the partner statue? That's pretty cool. Love that thing. And then what else do I have? I have my 3 Disney transportation buses. Oh, and I have my Southwest jet that I got down at Orlando International the day I took my first flight because I was scared to fly. Remember that? I used to not fly. Now I fly all over the place. I have frequent flyer miles. I have a pencil holder that's a hedgehog that Mallory made in shop class in middle school.
All right, I'm back.
All right, I'm just doing show while you're waiting.
Oh, okay. And Brian asked or said, Opie, I like it. And that is thank you. He is named after Opie Taylor from Andy Griffith. So,
yeah.
My dad named him. So
sounds like my dad. He watches the Waltons all the time.
Well, it was my mom and dad's my mom and dad's cat had kittens. And so he was one of the kittens from the litter. So
I think Jay, let's see. I think he's the one, Robert J. Moore. We're in a Apple Fit challenge. He challenged me on Sunday. And
exciting.
I said, challenge accepted.
Challenge accepted.
Very competitive.
Awesome.
And it maxes out. This challenge maxes out like each day. So I try to hit it early. I put the pressure on. I got to keep the pressure on.
You got it.
Wait, no, good job.
I got it.
Go Dogs. Dallas, Georgia. Tony.
Got it. There we go. Yes.
Tough.
Yes.
Oh yeah, I got to hear about that story. Tell me that. He's got a story about elimination signing package.
Oh, awesome.
So we got to Sunday night. We'll try to do a live show. That's all I want to do because I want to hear everybody's stories. I love that stuff.
Yeah.
I just want to sit back and listen. That's more fun for me.
Yes.
We'll get to do that.
Except for that guy who keeps calling.
That guy will prank us and be like Domino's.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, here we go. 1567. Welcome to episode 1567 of the Be Our Guest Walt Disney World Trip Planning Podcast. I'm your host, Mike Rallman from BeOurGuestPodcast.com and one of the senior agents over at the Magic for Less Travel. Happy Friday to you. Hopefully this Friday does find you well. We just got here in the States, man, we're at the weekend and short week next week, hopefully for you, and get to watch football and eat turkey. Oh man, I'm so pumped. Like just got to get to Thanksgiving and also pre-Thanksgiving. Everybody take Wednesday.
You're just excited because it's your birthday.
I know because I get, I'm getting all the emails, from like
Yes.
Texas Roadhouse and all the restaurants, free apps and stuff like that, free ice cream from Dairy Queen. I love that.
Nice.
Get to my stomach. That's how you make me happy. Anyway,
it's the only reason to sign up for anything is what can I get for free for my birthday?
Happy Joe's, you get a Sunday. Oh man, I love it. So anyway, we are going to have fun talking about Rikki's trip from this past weekend. So let's get her in here. Rikki from a DisneyWorldAfterAll.com, touringplans.com, and the Mouse for Less. What's going on, Rikki?
Well, I just wanted to say thank you to anybody who stopped me and said hello while I was down there in Walt Disney World. So thanks for saying hi. It was a lot of fun meeting you all. So yeah, that was good.
All right. So I know we talked a little bit about Disney Plus on Wednesday show and how I really do love the service. So what was weird was, and Disney has very powerful pull. We know that, like they're a huge corporation. If they like you, they buy you. I'm still waiting for my offer. Iger, give me a call.
Exactly. I'm waiting for my offer too. Where is my offer? The Argus podcast is for sale.
We can work out a stock swap or something. I don't know, but whatever. So yeah, Mr. Iger, whenever you're ready, call me. Anyway, about that. So the day Disney Plus launched, it was a Tuesday, right? The 12th of November.
Yes.
Dude, Disney Snow Day, St. Louis.
I know. What is that?
So like they gave everybody the day off to really explore the service and dive in and see stuff. Now this will be our first, next week, most people in the States will have kind of an extended weekend, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. And, I think that this will be the time where, people are really kind of getting their first feet up and relaxing chance to dive in really deep into Disney Plus. You think?
I think that a lot of them already have.
That's true. If you listen to this show, you've already exhausted the catalog.
Exactly. But I think that some of the others may find the love of Disney Plus over the Thanksgiving weekend because I feel like that's a really good weekend to do so. So yeah, it's motoring through, man. Everybody's loving it. That seems to be buying it. Although a coworker of mine does have a gripe about Disney Plus, and now I have the same gripe. So are you ready for it?
Go for it.
You ready for my gripe?
Disney, it's the Disney community. There's always a couple gripes.
I know there's always a gripe. Yeah. Well, he's not a Disney community person. So anyway, but it's actually his wife's complaint, and I have the same one now that it was mentioned. We need the MMC, the Mickey Mouse Club with Justin Timberlake, Christina Aguilera, Britney Spears, Ryan Gosling, JC Chazé, Kerry Russell. Like, we need that version of the MMC on Disney Plus. Please make it happen. Thank you. Love, Rikki. Yay!
You know what's funny though is that they do have an option to like request things. Now, not that
I know. That's why I'm like, I need to put that request in.
I mean, it could go directly to a trash can. You know,
I mean, it could. But who doesn't want to see little baby Justin Timberlake? I do. I really want to see baby Justin Timberlake singing. It would be awesome.
It's cool to watch like these shows, and especially like the old movies that were vaulted. You know, because like I didn't go out and buy them, and I haven't seen many movies. Like I'm in the middle of Tron. You know, as we record. And like I'm looking at the guy because it's great to watch on your iPad on the treadmill. Like it's awesome for that, especially for everybody training for marathon weekend. Hey man, this is like a godsend. So I'm watching Tron and I'm like, the dude behind the desk, like the evil guy that's talking to the computer. Like I've seen that guy somewhere before. He's the bad guy in Titanic. Like he's the guy with the gun that's like the guard. You know, like the I don't know. He like, you know, he's like always chasing down Rose.
Yes. Okay, got it.
His whole life since the 80s.
I mean, you'll see a lot of people who have been evil or whatever in all these Disney movies. I mean, if you start watching any of like the movies that Walt did back in the day, the live action versions, like you will see the same people over and over and over again. So.
He's in Tron. I think he's like in all the movies. Yeah. So I'm loving the Imagineering thing too. So anyway, Disney Plus, well done. Gives me something to watch when
very well done. I'm enjoying it very much. And I like Brian's idea of doing the resort loop channel, like, you know.
But there's an app for that. It's called WDW Today. You can do that right on your computer or your smartphone. Just
there you go.
And I don't know how they do it because it's real. Like it's got the real hours and the real time and everything.
Weird.
Yeah, it's exactly like watching that channel in your resort room.
Huh. I didn't know that.
You got the music. Yeah, so download that app. I think it's called WDW Today. Anyway. Yes. I'm plugging everybody else's stuff. Let's get to our stuff and your stuff. You just went down to Walt Disney World for a quick trip. You wanted to do some research. There's a lot of new stuff happening this year. So drove down and didn't get pulled over by the didn't see on live PD going through Tallahassee or anything.
Thank goodness. I was motoring too, and it was raining while I was headed down there. So like I was like, I can't see anything, but I want to get down there. And traffic coming out of Atlanta was atrocious last week. Oh my gosh. No, it was worse. Like, and it wasn't raining here in Atlanta, and it was so bad last Thursday when I left. Like, it took me an extra 45 minutes just to get out of Atlanta. And thank goodness I have a Sun Pass, because I got to take one of the toll lanes and I got to pass another 45 minutes of extra traffic I would have had to sit in. So traffic was awful, a nightmare. I haven't seen it that bad in a long time. So
let me just drop in something that makes me happy that I really don't need. So when I used to drive all the time before I was, when I was back in Scaredy Cat to fly, wouldn't fly. I love flying. I fly on frequent flyer miles. Love it. Can't wait to be done. Just booked my flights for marathon weekend. Got a steal. Anyway, so I have, when I used to drive, I got one of those little stickers for Florida, like Sun Pass. That was called. It was like I love seeing that in my Jeep, even though I don't use it anymore. Like I used it for like 2 trips, but it's like I feel like a Floridian. I almost feel like I have like Florida license plates.
Well, the good thing is that I can use the Sun Pass here in Georgia, so that's why I have it, because I use it here too. So
should be the Peach Pass.
Well, we do have I mean, I could have bought a Peach Pass, but I bought the Sun Pass.
Peach. Okay.
Because the Sun Pass still works. So,
Tell about your trip. Okay. Where you stay with your brother? You stay off site when you go down, or
yes, we actually stayed at the Hyatt this time. So, that was nice. It's the Hyatt Grand Cypress. It's right outside of Disney. If it's a very, very, very nice resort. So, if you're ever looking for something outside of Disney property to stay at, I know most people aren't.
It helps me stay on site.
But if you're looking for a nice place to stay, it's very nice. Anyway, now that I plugged that, thanks, Brian. I'll take my cut of anything that you get.
Thank you. Next.
Yes, thank you. Next. So, the first day we went to Epcot because I had to go get my magnet.
God, how was that? Because you're worried about that line.
The line was fine on Friday. The line was atrocious on Sunday when I went back to pick up my coasters. So I went 4 times. So I have my coasters now. But I did a little food and wine, not a lot, but just to kind of get some of the favorites that I had from the last time. Just to kind of get a little taste of Food and Wine Festival, because I'd already been. So But it was good. I got to see the new Morocco Pavilion. They have a brand new exhibit called Race Against the Sun. And what this is it's just a small little exhibit. And this is what we love so much about Epcot is, it's that edutainment thing. It's this thing that nobody knew kind of existed, or a lot of people didn't know existed in Morocco. And it's these races that they have. And they're actual like running like races. I think one might be in a car, because they did have a car like set up, and you got to drive through like dunes and stuff like that. And then they had the display of like the running gear and stuff like that people wore. But it's just a great little exhibit. Again, you sit there, you can learn a little bit more about something that you just didn't know a lot about. So that's why I love Epcot.
They need to do so much more of this at Epcot, because, it's one of those things, like, if you're not into it, you don't have to go, go ride Frozen Ever After. If
exactly.
It's not, but like, there's a lot of folks who exercise or who are into car racing. Tangentially, and you go through it. I had no idea. I'd imagine maybe these races are through the Sahara. Can you imagine the conditions?
Yeah, they are.
It'd be amazing. I just love to learn about that, because, like, you get a taste of it, even for just 5 minutes. Then today you can go home, Google it. You can probably find stuff on YouTube, and
exactly
you find out all about it.
Yep, that's exactly it. So it was very, very interesting to learn about. Also did the Epcot experience, where you got to learn a little bit more about what's going to happen at Epcot. Now, of course, those of us who, are in the know, we already know what's going on at Epcot. But it was really cool because they have the model there. They have a 360 screen that's all around that you can kind of see that they project on. So, and the show lasts about 10 minutes or so, and they show you all the different things that are coming to the park over the course of the next few years. Again, it's just they have lighting projected on the model, and they do different projections based off of what's going on the screen. So it's a really cool experience. That's in the Odyssey. And you'll notice it because it's like they have all these signs now saying the Epcot experience. So make sure you.
Yeah, I love the Odyssey's like new paint scheme. It's pretty.
Yeah.
I think it looks nice. Now, was there any wait for that, or is that just kind of like
no? It was really just a walk in and see it. Yeah, you can walk in at any time during the presentation, basically, and then catch up. Now we luckily walked in right at the beginning of the next presentation, so that's good.
They waited for you. They needed
absolutely, totally did. But it's kind of cool, the little exhibit. You can buy some of the new merchandise that they have. That's like the new Epcot logo, which is kind of cool. You can take some pictures. They have the PhotoPass people there. So with some, unique options, like the Guardians of the Galaxy new ride vehicle. You can take a picture with that, or you can take a picture of like you're on top of, Spaceship Earth, which is kind of cool. So yeah, we just kind of hung around. Oh, they also have, all the posters that you saw at D23 that they had up. They have the posters there. They are so fantastic. I love all the posters that they had. So, and they're up scattered throughout the entire pavilion, which is really kind of cool.
Cool.
So, yeah. So now we get into Christmas. So we headed over to the Grand Floridian because I wanted to see the gingerbread house, which is now up. It has moved locations. It's actually more in the center now, which not of the resort, but like it faces the center instead of facing like kind of the side, which I think is a big plus because you have a better view of the gingerbread house from like all the way around. I think you have a much better view of the house. It is spectacular this year. Once again, its theme is kind of the princesses and their princes. So that's kind of cool. It smells like gingerbread, like it always does.
Smell it right now as you're talking about it. Like it's
exactly.
So funny. I'm like, I smell gingerbread.
I smell gingerbread. It looks just as lovely as ever. I mean, that sucker's life size. So, I mean,
Did you get a shingle and eat it?
I didn't. I've gotten shingles before. I thought they were kind of dry before, so I didn't get one this time because I was like, I don't want to spend that much money on a shingle that may or may not be dry. So
I'm getting kind of old. I'm trying to avoid getting shingles at this point.
It's probably a good call. Get the shot. Get the shot. Like, get the shot.
I can't see. I just don't want to, it's like it all goes downhill from I think now. So
exactly. But you can buy like they have gingerbread lollipop, chocolate lollipops. They have s'mores cookies. They have fudge, like I said, the shingles with chocolate, without chocolate, gingerbread Mickeys, peppermint bark. I mean, they have ton. You can even buy a gingerbread house with chocolate. That's going to be $60 if you want a gingerbread house.
Yeah. Give me a heart attack.
But I mean, you can buy a gingerbread house if you want it. So there's that.
Stuff so fast. I'm like, God, that was just $60.
Yep. So we also, not Christmas related, we did check out the Enchanted Rose, which is the new Beauty and the Beast themed lounge that they have there. It's on the second floor of the Grand Floridian, and it replaced Misner's Lounge, and it's very nice. It's very dark inside. It's a lot of blues. There are 4 different rooms. The main room has the bar and then the big chandelier. It's like yellow, it kind of resembles the yellow gold dress. They do have an outside patio if you'd like to go out there. They have a couple of rooms on the other side of things that you can kind of go hang out and chill in. So they have plenty of seating for guests who want to go and enjoy a beverage or maybe grab a light snack. Or some caviar. I saw they had caviar on the menu, and I'm like, no, thank you.
That's totally your thing. I can see Brian like, please, I'll take a little Grey Poupon with my caviar.
Yeah, I was gonna pass on that. I know I'm not down for that, but they had some unique options. They do have some really cool like art displays. Like they had like a Cogsworth from the new movie. Again, everything is based off of the new movie of Beauty and the Beast, so it's not the older version of Cogsworth, it's the newer one. But they had that all around. We had that day we had dinner at the Grand Floridian Cafe.
I love that place.
It was so good. I had the shrimp and grits, which was fantastic. I thought it was really, really good. We walked up at 5 o'clock, and thank goodness, because like as soon as they asked if we could be seated then, and we were like yes, and so thank goodness, because it got really busy after that. It had not popped up on the My Disney Experience app, so always ask if you can have a walk up if you're somewhere. The worst they could do is say no, so they did not. So we get to go eat.
Actually, they have really good breakfast there too.
I've
eaten there a couple times after races because eat. Oh man, so good, so good.
Yes. So then we made our way. We did that at, like I said, about 5. And I think that that's the key. Like I've always said, make sure you're eating before you go to the Christmas party or the Halloween party. You're just wasting your time if you are eating during either of those parties. You're wasting your time and your money, to me. So we went to the Christmas party that night. We had a really, really good time at the Christmas party. Brian and I have had a discussion about, again, which one we think is better. We both still think that the Halloween party is the better option. I think we both feel like there's just more going on at the Halloween party.
I think let me just throw something in there, because I was thinking about this too, and I know I didn't go to either this year. But
yeah,
with the Christmas party, you're going to get a lot of other Christmas things at the other parks. Like Christmas is like really spread out around Walt Disney World. There's a lot of opportunity to like get your Christmas on. Halloween, not so much. I mean, it's really standard right at the Magic Kingdom. Like if you're not doing the Halloween party, you're not getting much Halloween outside. Maybe.
You have a good point, actually. You are correct. I mean, Christmas. Yes, ding that bell. Christmas is everywhere in Walt Disney World, but Halloween is only at the Magic Kingdom. So I do get that. But we pretty much, like I said on Wednesday's show, we pretty much kept the same like schedule that we did for the Halloween party. It worked out very well for us. We rode Jingle Cruise first because I have to ride Jingle Cruise. It is one of my favorite things to do. We went and got treats. Now, during the Christmas party, they give out cookies. Thankfully, now they give out cookies that are wrapped.
I know. Yes! Like I saw your picture. I expect like 22 of those to show up for my birthday.
Oh my gosh. I'm so thankful that they give out cookies that are wrapped, because do you remember in the past, they literally just handed you a cookie with a napkin?
They didn't make it out of the Crystal Palace. It was already gone.
But now I can like save them and take them home with me instead of me devouring like 12 or 24 cookies that I didn't need.
While you're there, you got to eat them.
While I was there. And then you got to down the hot chocolate or the cider with it. And you're just like, why does my mouth feel so fuzzy? And that's because you've had so much sugar.
It's because you burned all with the hot chocolate. You burned every taste bud right off your tongue.
Oh my gosh. Yes. So they do that. They also do have they don't have snow cones this year, which they did last year.
That's weird. That's weird for a Christmas party. Thank you. They're doing it right. You don't need snow cones. Like that's for like summer jam or 4th of July party or something. I don't know.
But they did have snowman pretzels, and they were delicious, by the way. I only got one because those they do hand you in a napkin. But yeah, those were really, really good. I very much enjoyed the snowman pretzels. They also have eggnog. Now, keep in mind, not all locations have the same cookie. Not all locations have the same beverage. So if you wanted eggnog, you were headed to Liberty Square for that. If you wanted hot chocolate, you had to go to Cosmic Rays. The one thing that I noticed, of course, they don't have as many cookie treat stands as they do like the Halloween party. They have a lot more, candy stations. And I realized why. All the cookie stations are at places that have restaurants attached to them because they're serving beverages. And so they have to have a place where they can actually do said beverages. So that's why it's attached to all. That's why there's not as many. So I thought that was really interesting. But yeah, it was a lot of fun. Had a really good time. Got my spot, like I said, for the parade about a half an hour early. Sorry. About a half an hour early. I did notice that this party, was not nearly as crowded as the Halloween party that we went to. I don't know if it was because of the cold. I don't know if it was because it was earlier in the season, although we went to the Halloween party kind of early too. I mean, we went at the end of September. But at the Halloween party, I felt like the crowds were just packed in there. And at the Christmas party, I felt like there was room to kind of breathe. There was walking room. It did not feel nearly as crowded as it did. For the parade, the last time I had to get a spot an hour early. This time I got my spot like a half hour early, and it was filling up. And it filled up rapidly after that half hour, like after we sat down. But at that half hour time slot was just enough time for us. Matter of fact, I sat down about an hour ahead of time because I knew, I should get my spot early, right? And then I sat down and Brian and I kind of talked for a few minutes, and then we're like, dude, why are we sitting here? There's nobody here. Like, let's just go get more cookies and then hot chocolate and then come back, right? And get our spot that way. So we grabbed some hot chocolate at Pinocchio's Village House and then went back to our spot. And it was about a half an hour before. So
where'd you sit? Main Street?
No, we actually went same place I sat at for the Halloween parade, right in Liberty Square, right in front of the Diamond Horseshoe. Yeah, Diamond Horseshoe.
Nice.
Like I said, same. I did almost the exact same things I did for the Halloween party that I did for the Christmas party. So, after that, so then we caught the parade. The parade it's great. I do love the parade. It's fantastic. There's just the toy soldiers are so phenomenal. Brian was really impressed. So there's a Frozen section, and Brian was really impressed with they have like snowbladers, like they look like they're skiing, but they're on rollerblades.
Yeah, I've seen them before.
He was really impressed with them, and they were busting their butts. Like they were really skating hard. Like they were
I should totally do that. I went to nationals in speed
you
skating.
Should. Yes,
I'm a national finalist on inline speed skates from back in the 90s.
See, there you go. You should do
my
that.
next calling. I could
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
But I feel like this parade is definitely longer than the Bootsy parade, just by a little, maybe like an extra 4 or 5 minutes.
An extra Clarabelle cow.
Yes, I mean Clarabelle cow was there. She was making cookies. So, so I like the parade. I think they do a really, really, really good job with the parade. Now, let's get to the fireworks. They have the new Minnie's Magical Christmas Time show, something along those lines. I don't really know what it's called. It does not hold a candle to Holiday Wishes, in my opinion. Holiday Wishes had way more heart. I definitely felt like this was lacking something in that regard. The show is fine. Again, if you're just looking for fireworks, it's a fine fireworks show. But there really was no story to it. It was just like, here we are projecting Christmas displays on the castle, and we're shooting some fireworks that match kind of the colors of the castle. Like that's kind of what I felt like. It just, yeah, it did not hold a candle to Holiday Wishes, which is disappointing because Holiday Wishes is so beloved. But again, I felt the same way with Halloween Wishes too. I thought that the Not So Spooky Spectacular was just okay. Although I do feel like the Not So Spooky Spectacular was better than this new show. So
you know what the best, I still think, I mean, even over Halloween Wishes, I think the best fireworks show with projections is ever?
Happily Ever After?
No, it's the Pirate and Princess one they used to have.
Oh, right. See, I never saw that. So
yeah, I saw it once.
Yeah. I never got to go to that. So, they also do some special holiday themed overlays for the Christmas party. They do a special Monsters Inc. laugh floor show, which for the Halloween party, they didn't really do much of a show. Like, it was kind of like you go in, you get candy, and they like kind of do the do 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 do, and they show, you know, people sitting there and you know, the funny jokes. With this, they did an actual show. And it was Christmas themed. They redid the lines that Roz and Mike say, you know, like they say every single time. So they redid the lines so that they had a holiday connotation to them. The show actually had a holiday feel to it as well. So they did a lot of holiday jokes with the characters. Like they did Betty Boyle. You know, usually it's Buddy, which is kind of interesting. And so anyway, I thought it was really cute. I thought they did a really good job with the holiday themed overlay here. Again, it's something that like so easy. You could do this during the day, and I get why they don't, because they don't, you know, they want to charge extra for these overlays for Christmas party. But like, it would add so much to the park if they just did this, like they do the Jungle Cruise, you know. So anyway, they also do special holiday like celebration on Mad Tea Party. They do Christmas lights along the pathway of the Tomorrowland Speedway, which was kind of cool, actually. I thought they did it. You know, Mike, how you said you like driving around, going to see Christmas lights.
Oh, man, I can't wait. I saw somebody with their lights up the other day. I was pulled off the road. I was going down 364 like a highway. I was like, oh, there's blue Christmas lights. Go.
It's kind of like that. Except for, you know, it's not quite as grand of displays as you might see at somebody's houses, but it was kind of like driving along looking at Christmas lights in other people's houses. It was fun though. We had a good time with it. And then the best part, seriously, the best thing I did was Space Mountain. They do a holiday overlay, and holy cow, is it fantastic. I sent you the video, Mike, because I don't know how good the video was, but like not really good. I'm sorry. But like, they shine red and green and white lights. They like go back and forth. They like blink and do different things synchronized to the music. And it's like that Mannheim Steamroller music, like that pounding music that they play. And oh my gosh, like you can see the track so well during the ride. So if you've ever wanted to see what Space Mountain looks like, go during the holiday party, because you will see what Space Mountain looks like. And like, you could see it plain as day. Like sometimes when those white flashes would go off like all the time, you'd be like, dude, it's like daytime in here.
was it that Trans-Siberian Orchestra, like Wizards of Winter? I love that. That'd be
might be that song too. Yeah, they might play that too. Yeah. Yeah.
Dude, oh man, I'd be like out of my mind. That'd be so cool.
It was awesome. I mean, that I don't know if that was worth the price of admission, but dang, it was real close. Like that was awesome. Like totally cool. So I think that pretty much covers. We did get a ton of treats. Like I said, the best thing was at the end of the night, and they don't all do this, I will tell you, your mileage may vary, but we went to Cosmic Rays at the end of the night.
You robbed them, apparently.
I basically robbed them. I did. They had the peppermint cookie, and I know everybody loses their mind over the peppermint cookie, so that's why I'm telling this tip. But they were just like literally giving people handfuls of cookies, and then they saw that we had a bag and they said load them up, so they handed us
exactly. I mean, there's a lot of facts here that you know, are consistent with a bank robbery.
Yes, it was.
Just saying. I mean, you said it wasn't worth the price of admission. Well, I'm not going to pay the price of admission. I'm just going to rob people.
I'm going to rob you of cookies. So they were totally just like loading up. Now we went to other treat stations at the end of the night as well. They did not do that. So just keep that in mind. Oh, last thing, because this was the last thing we did at the end of the night. We went on the TTA as part of the party, and it's not like they're not billing that as a Christmas themed thing, but it's totally a Christmas themed thing because they play like Christmas music in the speakers. I could hear it. And then because you're going through Space Mountain, when it's the Christmas overlay, you get to see it. Yes. Again, if you don't want to ride Space Mountain and you are okay riding the TTA and you want to see what Space Mountain looks like, go at that time. You'll get to see it. I can guarantee it. So
speaking of like the TTA, did you see on the Tomorrowland Speedway with the Christmas trees and all that stuff? Because you could like that.
Yeah, I rode the Speedway. I told you.
Sorry. Yeah, I missed that. Sorry.
I was telling you, it was like going through people's houses, but you're driving. Yeah.
I was looking for the car knack. I forgot to do the top. Sure, go ahead.
Oh, that's all right. Thanks for paying attention to me.
I was kind of paying attention.
Right. I do suggest skipping the Totally Tomorrowland Christmas show. By the way, don't go see that show. Just don't. It's not good. They have Club Tinsel as well and Cosmic Rays. So if you've got a little kid and they really want to go to a dance party, this is it. Also, one thing I didn't know that they had was the Reindeer Wranglers. This is it's in Frontierland and it's a country themed band, and they play with the Country Bear Jamboree, like the Country Bears. They come out and dance and stuff like that. And that was actually very entertaining as well. So again, just a little.
I thought that was like a type of jeans you would buy in Frontierland.
No, definitely not. No.
Reindeer Wranglers, get it?
Yeah, I get it. Yeah.
You wear them to like a Garth concert in December.
Got it.
Go.
Not funny. Anyway, again, leaving the park, I just didn't feel it was as crowded because we got on a monorail almost immediately. So, and like the last time it took us forever to get, like at least 15-20 minutes to get on a monorail. So again, I felt like this wasn't as busy. We went and saw the gingerbread display at the Contemporary. They have the Cinderella display up again. It looks fantastic. Again, smells like gingerbread. So we just stopped off and saw it. Again, it's just those little things that they do at the deluxe resorts that really kind of make things a little more special. So
didn't Wilderness Lodge have something new too?
They do. I did not. That's the one thing I did not get to see. Was the Wilderness Lodge one? It just didn't work with our schedule. But they built a brand new cabin, and it's got Humphrey the Bear. How awesome is that? I love it. So yes.
So another text. This is what I love when you're down there because you're posting on social media like Mouse for Less, the Be Our Guest podcast stuff, your stuff, great. But like you do send me text messages from here and there, and you sent me that video of Space Mountain, which I really got a kick out of. I was getting ready for bed, but your part.
That's why I asked. Did you get to did you see did it look good? Did you tell what was going on?
I had the contacts out and I was laying in bed.
Oh, okay. That's why it was blurry. Okay, got it.
I'm kind of going blind. So one other thing, so I forgot what I was going to say. No, it was the oh my gosh.
I'm sorry.
Okay, what am I? So continue on. I'll think about what I was thinking. You totally distracted me about not being able to.
I'm sorry. My bad.
Oh no, it was the thing about the Dapper Day, because I think we gave advice a few months ago, like, oh, Dapper Day, who cares? Like, it doesn't affect anything. Like, people just dress up. Apparently, you're like, never do Dapper Day.
No. Okay, I learned a very valuable lesson. Don't do Dapper Day. If you don't care about Dapper Day, don't go to the park that has Dapper Day. It is a nightmare. Although I did hear that the other parks were kind of a nightmare the rest of this weekend as well. I don't know if it's because it was Jersey week too. It might have hit the tail end of it. But like I was seeing people post that like there was like a 45-minute wait for the Joffrey's coffee stand in Tomorrowland.
I saw that, Brad Hughes.
Yeah, Brad Hughes. Yeah.
That's what I texted you. Like, good Lord, hope you're not in the Magic Kingdom today.
No, I was not. So I don't know if that and I think that was Dapper Day at the Magic Kingdom that day. So like, I don't know if it was because it was that. I went to Epcot the last day, and the last day was Dapper Day. That I was there, and the last day was Dapper Day, and like just a ton of people. So, just know, like, look at their schedule ahead of time. If you want to avoid the like crowds, don't go to whatever park they have as listed as their park for the day for Dapper Day, because they are there and they are there in droves. So don't do that.
You really do see a lot of people dressed up. I would think that'd be like very sporadic.
No. Oh my gosh.
Like this is dapper as I get. Like I'm wearing my Dopey Challenge pullover. Like it's Run Disney Day in my office today. I just can't imagine. Like
I would say probably like 1/4, 1/5 of the people who were in the park were dressed.
Can you imagine like riding Space Mountain in a sport coat? Like no way. Like, no way.
Yeah, I don't think they're doing a lot of riding of attractions, Mike.
Maybe that's probably true. Yeah, that's probably
we also saw them. We went to Hollywood Studios to end the night on Saturday, and again, that was the park that they were in. And yes, I saw a ton of people dressed up for Dapper Day at Hollywood Studios too in the evening.
During Christmas though, that'd be cool, like with some like retro clothes and like decorations. That'd be pretty sweet.
And it was really cool to see how people did it, because some did the Disney bounding Dapper Day, so that was kind of cool. I saw
the top hat.
Yeah, I saw plenty of people dressed as like Figment and Dreamfinder and stuff like that. So if you are fine like just seeing people and like that, then yeah, go to Dapper Day and people watch. But if you want to avoid crowds, don't go to the park that has Dapper Day. I can't stress it enough. Don't do it. So anyway.
Cool. So how was the studios when you went over there?
Oh my gosh. So we did that in the evening. I just love the Studios Night. That is seriously my favorite park for the holidays. They just knock it out of the park, literally. So many great decorations that are vintage feeling. I love it so much. Now they don't do anything for Galaxy's Edge yet. I suspect that's probably coming.
No. I know they did Pandora and people are liking it, but come on now. Like,
it wasn't bad in Pandora. So, and it was very small and tasteful in Pandora. Like, you can't tell it's Christmas decorations minus the thing, but
stay out of Batu. I mean, at least for
what about Life Day, Mike? What about Life Day?
I don't know what that was all about. I'm not like.
Did you ever see the Christmas special?
No, I've not heard about it, but I've not seen. I know like everybody's talking about it on Twitter the other day. Nothing.
Yeah. See, I'm just saying.
I don't want to ruin my childhood. You know what I'm saying? You got to tread lightly on those kind of things.
It's Christmas. That's not ruining your childhood.
No, but I don't want to hear about Chewbacca's second cousin that like got him, like a Game Boy. I don't care.
That is canon, sir. So
I don't care. It's not in my childhood. Not this guy.
Anyway, no, but it was really great. The park is just glitzed out. Now, I will say, if you want to see the Sunset Season's greetings, just know it does end promptly at park closing, because I was like, oh, they'll still have it going on after, right? Like, well, as people like walk out for like Phantasmic, nope, they shut that off. Like they're like, done.
I might be squatting for the rest of the night. I get it. Like, turn that light off. Flip that switch.
Yeah, but I was mad because like I was walking over there to see it, and then I didn't get to see it. I saw like
no point. They want you to leave.
I saw one show, and I'm like, oh. So anyway, that was kind of a bummer. But I did get to we went to Toy Story Land and saw that for the holidays. It's not as decorated for the holidays as you think it would be, because like they have the lights up all the time, so like that's normal. So, but I tried they have an apple cinnamon Pop-Tart thing, and it wasn't bad. It was a lot of pastry though. Should have been a little more apple cinnamon, but yeah, that's okay. So anyway, we did the Animal Kingdom during the day though, so we could see all the new decorations that they have, and I loved it. Oh my gosh, they did such a great job. So they have these puppets that are there during the afternoon, and they're white and blue, and they're so spectacularly done. So they have the people who are in the puppet costume, and you'd think, kind of like Finding Nemo, like you'd think, oh, I would notice the puppet, the puppet master, right? You don't. You suspend disbelief, and all you see is the animal. I mean, it is so fantastically done. They have so much personality, these animals do. Even the birds, which nobody's giving love to the birds, okay? Like, ooh, it's a bird. But like even the birds have personality. The puppeteer like came down onto my camera and bunked it, so that was kind of cool. Like they all have these awesome personalities, which is just so cool to be able to see.
So they're called like the Magical Menagerie or something like that?
Yes, exactly. Yeah. And they did a fantastic job with those. So I would absolutely suggest, I mean, you can't miss them in the afternoon. They're out everywhere. They have 2 different sets. So one set is the fox, the polar bear. There's what else was there? There's a penguin. The penguin is the other set. So there's a fox and a polar bear. There's 2 polar bears, and then there's another set that's like the reindeer, and then the penguins, and the little oh my gosh, I'm blanking on what it is, but it's the cute. It's not
rhinoceros.
Seal. That's the word I was looking for. Not rhinoceros. What's wrong with you? So anyway, so that, I mean, that was really good. In Pandora, like I said, they have decorations, but it's not like overtly decorated. They did a really good job at Dinoland though.
All that, man. Yeah. Dinoland rocking.
Dinoland is rocking, man. They have lights everywhere. It looks so fantastic. They did such a great job. All the meet and greets have holiday decorations as well. They did a great job. They have a section in Asia celebrating Diwali, which is kind of cool too. I felt like Africa wasn't super decorated. Again, it was very tasteful in what they did. Kind of, just didn't stand out a lot. So there's that. But they did a really good job. I really liked all the decorations they did for Animal Kingdom, because I felt for years that, we've always said, oh, Animal Kingdom, you can skip that if you're looking for holiday stuff, because they just didn't have a lot. And now, they had the beautiful tree, but now I really feel like it's coming to its own. It's really good. So highly suggest people go check out the decorations at Animal Kingdom. So.
All right, a couple questions before we get out of here. So with the Magical Menagerie, like, where are they? And like, they just walk around? Do they sing? Do they
nope, they are in Discovery Island. They don't sing, they don't talk. They are animals. They behave like animals behave. Which is,
they just hang out. Like, I mean, what do they just like walk around?
They hang out, they walk around. Yeah, exactly. They take a lot of pictures of people, and that's kind of what they do. It's just really cool. I also want to talk about, they have the new Tree of Life Awakenings. They have winter versions. I caught one of the sets of the Tree of Life Awakenings, and it's very cool. It's very pretty. I think that some of the other ones have a little more heart to them again. But if you're looking for a nighttime projection show, and it's there, you're just walking past, I would say stop and enjoy it. It's good. So they did a really good job with the projections. So
you're all about heart, like Cuba Gooding Jr. and Jerry Maguire.
I am, dude. Like, it's Christmas. It's Christmas. You have to have heart. Like, that's the whole point of it. So anyway,
I can't finish that line.
So yeah, don't
for ratings. Don't forget, you know what? And I got to give you credit. And everybody that's been to Walt Disney World knows that when you get home, you get the Disney crud. Ricky's fighting for it right now. So
I am.
And thanks for sharing all that with us, man. I think everybody's going down here through the years excited. Oh, here we go. What we got?
Last thing. So the last day we went to the boardwalk to catch their gingerbread display, and they have the full boardwalk on gingerbread, made out of gingerbread. It's really cool. But hands down, my favorite thing that is there for Christmas right now is the carousel at the beach club. It is fantastic this year. It's themed after Peter Pan, and they completely knocked it out of the park. Like, the horses are themed after different characters of Peter Pan. So there's one that's Peter Pan, there's one that's Wendy, there's one that's Tinkerbell, there's one that's Mr. Smee. It has the mother tattoo on its butt, which is so fantastic. They did a really good job with that. And then there's one that looks like Captain Hook. It's got instead of a hoof, it's got a claw or a hook, which is kind of cool. I did have to laugh though. Somebody said they were scrolling through the pictures, and they said that I had a close-up of Captain Hook, and they said, I thought that was a Prince themed horse, like Prince the singer. Yeah. And I looked at it and I'm like, oh my God, it kind of does.
Dearly beloved, we are gathered here today to celebrate this thing called life.
Exactly. But they did such a great job with the carousel. You have to see the carousel this year. Just phenomenal. And I found out, so I don't know if this is the same thing that they do with a gingerbread house at the Grand Floridian, but definitely at least according to the cast member, who works the lobby, the guy in the blazer and the captain's hat. Greeter. Yes, the greeter. Thank you. That's the word I was looking for. I'm out of words today, by the way.
You're wordsmith today.
Yeah, that's really working good. It's the cold. Just blame it on the cold. So anyway, he was telling me that they don't obviously sell any of the pieces of the carousel after it's done because it gets dusty. And I was like, oh yeah, that makes complete sense. What they do though is they break it all up and they send it to people who have beekeepers, and they use it because bees apparently really like gingerbread.
Dusty gingerbread.
Dusty gingerbread.
I had a better idea what you were talking about, that because marathon weekend is like when they're starting to take down all the stuff.
Yeah.
They should have thrown that sucker right out there on the wood as we pass through the boardwalk area, and the beach club, yacht club, boardwalk area, and everybody's swinging. Dude, at mile 23, run the marathon, you would eat dirt. It wouldn't matter.
You're like, I don't care if it's dusty. Let's go.
Give me a shingle. I'd be, eating Princess Hook, whatever.
Yes, eat Princess Hook. So that was my whirlwind trip in a nutshell. Oh my gosh. I did so much though. I did so much. Yeah.
So check your Instagram. So at Rikki Nib, at the Be Our Guest Podcast on Instagram.
Speaking of doing so much, I didn't even talk about the fact that I did the Christmas tree trail too, which was awesome as well. They have 2 new trees this year. One is a Lion King tree and one is a Aladdin tree. So Go check those out too. I did it at night for the first time. I've always done it during the day, and it's lit up really well at night. So go check it out at night.
You got a cool mug too that wasn't that expensive, right?
I did, yeah. So they sell the refillable mugs. I use that in quotes because they're not refillable, because you only get it one
reusable.
time.
Yeah.
Yes, it's reusable basically. But it's the same type of mug as the refillable mugs that you get. And it was like $4.95 for the mug, and then you had to pay for the drink, which I was getting hot chocolate anyway because it was cold. So I was like, heck yeah, let's do the mug, for $4.95. That's like the cheapest souvenir ever. So
my 18th mug under the sink.
I seriously use these mugs all the time. Like, you see this cat that's sitting here? He likes to knock over drinks. If I don't have a mug with a lid on it, it spills everywhere. So I have to have something with a lid. So he's why I use them. No, he's my baby.
Get out of me. All right. Well, hey, we got to get out of here, but thank you so much for sharing it. Hopefully the Disney crud leaves you sooner rather than
my gosh, yes. It's not hit me as bad as it usually does, so hopefully.
Oh, God, you shouldn't have said that out loud.
I know. Exactly.
By the end of the weekend.
Yep.
That's not good. All right. Well, that's going to do it for today's show. Hopefully you enjoyed this quick virtual trip down to Walt Disney World from last weekend by Rikki. Don't forget, if you want to head to Walt Disney World, use one of our great sponsors, the Magic for Less Travel. They'll take care of you from the time you decide you want to go down to your Disney destination, whether it's Walt Disney World, Disneyland, Disney Cruise Line, even Adventures by Disney. I have a guest going to Peru now to see Mountain Dew. That's pretty sweet. I know. It's going to be amazing. So anytime you're looking to go to a Disney destination, the agents over at the Magic for Less are going to steer you in the right direction, give you all the tips you need to have an amazing experience, and of course, get you the best price possible. So check them out today over at themagicforless.com. Also, as you do your shopping online this holiday season, please use our Amazon affiliate link, beourguestpodcast.com/Amazon. Bookmark it, use it often. Thanks so much for that. Don't forget to subscribe wherever you listen to podcasts. It really does help support everything we do. So hit that subscribe button. You'll never miss an episode. It will come automatically as soon as we release it the night before the show goes live. Also, don't forget, follow us on social media, Instagram and Twitter at BeOurGuestPod and at BeOurGuestMike, Facebook.com/BeOurGuestPodcast. And stay tuned. We may have a live call-in show this Sunday night around 8 o'clock Eastern. So stay tuned for that. I'm going to try to make that happen because I want to hear all these stories from you guys. All right, that's going to do it for today. So thank you so much for checking in. For Rikki and Pam, I'm Mike, wishing you a great weekend. Whatever you do, stay safe, and we'll see you real soon. That was a good one.
Thank you. I seriously don't know how I did that much stuff. Like I was just running
I was wondering how you're doing it when I was watching it on social media.
I was like, okay, here's the plan. We have to go here. We have to go here.
You guys were all over the place, man.
We were. And like I said, the only thing I missed was the Wilderness Lodge. And it was not without trying, but I just couldn't figure out how to get it in the schedule, like with the way I had things going. So
next time.
No, I'll be there for Christmas, so I'm definitely going that day. Yeah.
Yep. All right. Well, get better. Take it easy.
Thank you. I'm gonna go blow my nose again.
All right. I'll talk to you later, Rikki.
All right. See ya. Bye.